What's up? So how you doing? In this video, we're gonna look at the acoustic version of Birdsong in Bob Weir's parts, and he's taking a minor triad and playing it over a different root, a similar thing that he does in Eyes of the World, but ending up with a different result. So let's give it a listen, and then we'll break it down after that. So Birdsong is yet another Grateful Dead song that's in an E Mixolydian key. It's basically their most popular key / mode they play around with. So if it's E, we really end up with an E7. If you want to take it a step further, it's an E9. And this is the chord that everything revolves around. And you could just think of it simply as an E9, but the way Bob's really getting this is this part right here is a B minor triad. So if we're used to this B minor chord right here, it's taking just these 3 strings and then playing the open strings around it, and that creates an E9. So what that does is you have F sharp, B, and D. So the F sharp functions as a 9. So you may think of it as a 2, but because there's a 7th in there, it functions as a 9. And if you don't understand what that means, not a big deal. I'll end up making videos someday breaking down a lot of music theory and how chords work and things like that. But for right now, you don't have to fully understand that, just to know it's a 9 and that's a certain sound that it gives. And then here, the B is the 5th, D is the flat 7, and then we have B and E on the outer ones, again, the roots. So there's no 3rd in there. And the 3rd tells you a lot. It tells you if it's major or minor, but in this case it's not there, and it's a good lesson that we don't always need to know. You don't have to have every single note in there. It's fine. There's probably that 3rd, which is a G sharp, somewhere in another instrument, the piano or the melody somewhere. I'm not even sure, but we don't really need it. It actually gives us more of that spacey sound anyways, and leaving that out. So that's what everything revolves around. And then all he's doing is once in a while taking that chord up 2 frets, just sliding it back, just a quick little embellishment, and that's just a C sharp minor. And what all those notes would end up sounding like against the E, not too important. It's just quick, it's just got a similar sound. If we go like 1 fret higher, whoa, it would sound pretty bad. So it doesn't work just everywhere, but right here, that kind of blends in nicely and slides right back. So he does that, and then once in a while, he'll recycle the idea by throwing it up higher and doing it way up here. That's basically taking the same triad up on the top 3 strings with this shape, but it's a little weak, so he puts this note down here. So I'm imagining he wants to just thicken that up a little bit. And that's just the octave of this note right here. But see, it's the same thing. So it's a great example of recycling an idea and playing at different places, and it can give you a little more movement, make things a little more interesting, make it a little more melodic. So that's the gist of what Bob's playing during the intro, verse, and the jam. And each of those parts, that's maybe a little different, but overall it's that kind of structure of just sliding into that B minor over the E note and then doing it up higher once in a while there. So I've provided a backing track that's just the jam section of the song, and I want you to practice just toying around with this, and you can really take it a lot further if you want, but take that idea of recycling and reusing the ideas and see if you can find these voicings in different places on the guitar. But if you can have the E and the B and this E droning along through a lot of it, really helps. But you might even want to get away from that too, because it's a jam, and it should be different every time. So I want you to explore different options and put your own twist on it. So have fun, and I'll see you in the next video.